Welcome to the fourth season of Bad Games Summer, the yearly event where I pick out a rogues gallery of hot garbage to play and review for your enjoyment. I took last year off because life got busy, and honestly, most of my jokes during my reviews just would have been about doddering old men who fall upstairs, their pants, appear to have strokes in the middle of televised debates, and ultimately get dethroned in their sleep by cackling prostitutes with brain damage. Depending on how you're looking at it, we are starting the event off right, or very wrong, with VIP, starring Pamela Anderson on the PlayStation 1, a game I consider to be the best kind of awful game. With a hilariously bad story and dialogue, crappy gameplay, and more, it's no wonder that nobody played it except for maybe teenage boys in the 90s who watched Baywatch and had a crush on old Pam and risked the embarrassment of picking it up at their local EB Games or KB Toys. Now, this was released on other consoles like the PS2 and the Game Boy Advance, and there are differences in graphics and gameplay, but for now, I'm just going to focus on the PlayStation version because I don't think anybody wants a 15-minute video about a Pamela Anderson video game. Just a hunch. I wasn't familiar with the TV show this game is based on, so I did my research and watched the first 2 episodes of VIP, and it's the very definition of a campy action show that doesn't really take itself too seriously. It doesn't take acting or writing too seriously either, but despite that, it still stuck around for 4 seasons. The game basically plays like a 2-hour-long episode of the show that I promise you are going to feel every minute of by the end. You play as the members of the Valerie Irons Protection Agency, with Pam Anderson's character Valerie Irons as the titular figurehead of the team. See what I did there? As one can guess, they're hired to protect famous and beautiful people from various ne'er-do-wells who would do them harm. Bad guys are beaten up and outsmarted by heroes with plot armor, one-liners are fumbled, things like that. It's like Remington Steele, if it had jiggle physics and took place in a pre-dystopian California before it was ruined by Gavin Newsom and piles of poop and used needles. Let's be honest, because of Pam, nobody else on this team mattered, and you could have replaced them all with 5 chimps picking bugs and throwing their turds at each other, and it would have been the same show. In the rare event you care, the team has to protect this surgeon who's done plastic surgery for a mafia family with the last name, get this, the Macabre family. The only way this could have been more on the nose is by calling them the Paisano family, or maybe the Mozzarella Gang. Maybe the Bada Bing family. Anyways, because they're illiterate, they want him dead because he sent them a bill for his services and they mistook it for blackmail. That's it. I don't even know what to say about that. Still a better plot than anything Disney's released lately, though.
It's Hollywood, baby.
The game reminds me a lot of my time playing Charlie's Angels on the GameCube, an equally rancid game I reviewed a couple years ago. The cutscenes are passable at first glance until you stare into the cold, dead eyes of each of the characters and listen to the terrible voice acting of the stand-ins for the actual cast. There's better acting coming out of the weird drama kids at your local high school. Check out these little nuggets.
They're here, finally. This damp dungeon air is curling my dew.
We're pulling out. Our cover's been blown.
But I love this hideout. It has its own juice bar.
Sorry, where's the doc? Be sure to tell Macabre how that floor tastes.
Kindle is marked for death.
Bad, Dr. Kindle. You know blackmail is a big bozo no-no.
Not to be outdone by the visuals, the music is also awful, and there's one particular song that plays a lot through the game, and it sounded familiar to me, and I couldn't really place why, and then it hit me. So the game looks like an aging actress without her makeup on. Sounds worse. What's the gameplay itself like? How do you feel about QuickTime events? Have you ever wanted a game that was made up of almost nothing but QuickTime events? Well, whether you like it or not, that's what this game has. You don't actually walk anywhere, you just saunter from one area to another and stand in the middle of a room. Bad guys in suits show up, I'm guessing these are leftover enemies from the Simpsons arcade game or maybe Bebe's kids, and then you hit the button prompts and whoever you're currently playing as will do some attack animation before hovering like Magneto back to their original spot to do it all over again. Missing these prompts sometimes means you take damage and get Valerie or one of her sidekicks smacked around a bit. Sometimes nothing happens. I don't know why. Some parts of the game feature shooting sections, because if there's one thing that bodyguards are known for, it's murdering dozens of enemies in a hail of gunfire with unlimited ammo. Both of these sequences last for what feels like the time you spend standing in line at Walmart, waiting for that charming 12-person family in front of you to go through the checkout with their 3 overflowing shopping carts, which is to say forever. You will wonder how there's many people left to kill in this game by like the second level, because it feels like there's just some hole in the ground that they crawl out of with the sole intention of getting shot in the face. Completing a level means you get a meaningless grade, just like when I was in high school, and you can use your score points to go into the photo or movie shop and buy unlocked Netscape quality pictures of Pam Anderson, the cast of the show, or still images of some of the cutscenes in the game in case you, I don't know, like a memento of something you've already played through 10 minutes earlier. So VIP was undoubtedly a video game that I spent time playing. The only entertainment you'll probably get from it is from the hilarious but poorly acted cutscenes, and then after that you'll probably wish you'd have never played it. I certainly did, but then that's a charge I proudly take on at this time of the year. What piece of crap is up next? Will it finally be the one that does me in? Make sure to subscribe and rub that bell ever so gently, and you'll find out soon. Thanks for watching.